Good up.
This is channel 253.
On this episode of the Grit and Grain podcast.
It was like Cuban sandwich smoothie sour or something like that.
And somebody thought it was real?
Yeah, it's like a friend sent it to me.
To be
I don't
fair,
100% know if he thought it was real, but he asked me about it, like, why the fuck would a brewery do this?
Yeah.
It's not that far off.
Cuban sandwich. It really isn't. You know what, Doug?
I have had beers with mustard in it.
Now,
You know
really?
what? Not enough of this.
Channel 253 is member supported. I'm producer Doug Mackey, and I hope you will show your support by going to channel253.com/membership and join. Thank you.
Welcome to the Grit and Grain podcast, where we explore and celebrate the craft beer industry, community, and history in Tacoma, Washington, and surrounding Pacific Northwest areas. Thank you so much for hanging out. Let's get to it.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Grit and Grain podcast, coming to you guys from Peaks and Pints in Tacoma, Washington. Woo! Hey, Ron. My name is Matt McLaren.
I've never recorded.
I'm here. I know, I guess not. Here, as always, with Ron Swarner.
Well, hello.
How's it going?
Good. I'm ready to get dark and foolish on this spring day.
Perfect. Great foreshadowing. Yeah, we're talking about specific stuff today, which it'll all make sense in a minute. Good joke, Ron.
Thanks.
Bethany, how's it going?
Good. How are you guys?
Good. Thank you guys for hanging out. If you're free on Wednesdays, please do come down and hang with us. We're probably going to start posting recording schedules because we'll probably be doing two first pretty regularly now. So some days we'll be here and some days we won't. But when we're here, we're going to be here for extra time with extra guests, which is going to be awesome. So yeah, stay tuned for that. And then if you haven't yet, please follow and like and share and post up and comment and do all that. We love it. It helps a ton. And why are you punching at me?
Because I enjoy it hearing it at the beginning.
Oh.
Besides the end.
Okay, good. It's
a good reminder.
I was like, what about punching? But yeah, it does help a lot. And you'd be surprised how useful it is in helping out, more people get their eyes and ears on the podcast. So thank you if you already do that. And if you haven't, please do. Yeah, cool. So we do have a guest today who's returning actually for this episode for specific reasons, but we also just didn't even cover everything about him last time. Ron, who are we talking to today?
We're talking to RJ Adler of Sierra Nevada Brewing.
Woo!
Hi, RJ.
Hello.
What's up, RJ?
I want to create a character of the man of 1,000 voices. Yeah. I have 3, but if I do it long enough, they all just blend into one.
Yeah.
It's just vaguely
It's just your
Australian
normal
and
voice.
Irish and there's a few keywords. I'll key into it and then it just falls apart a couple sentences later.
Yeah.
So I figured I'd use your platform to practice.
Perfect. Then we can just only have you on, but pretend you're a different guest every
Different
time.
person every time, sure.
And then your voice just slips in occasionally.
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
We'll figure out the pictures after. Apparently, Ron is a genius with Photoshop. So.
I've seen the results.
Seen the lawnmowers.
I've seen them. That is so good.
We were too tight, though, so I couldn't do a full lawnmower.
We were also all in jackets.
Yeah. If you guys don't follow Grit and Grain on Instagram and also all of the associated accounts, you have to give them a follow.
Did you see today?
Nice.
I did see that. Yeah, that was the picture he posted today was from when we had Northish and we were doing an event here that was. So the driving force was a beer that I created. It was a collab with Three Magnets at the time that was called featuring Tim Curry as the Darkness, and it was a Imperial Stout, Glitter Stout, and then we played Legend, which is where the name comes from, one of Tom Cruise's first movies, up on the big screen, and Ron was wearing an inflatable unicorn. I put together a Tangerine Dream playlist that played on loop, which was really dope. I was sitting at the table like trying to be one of the brewery guys, like ingratiating people, talking to people, but I put together the playlist so I'd go, hey, shut up, I love this
I want to
song.
hear this.
Yeah, shut up, just for a second. This is I love this bridge.
When was this party that I missed?
Oh, this was
January 2018?
it was like a million years ago, I think. A little less than a million.
I don't think I was here
I
either.
would have been.
No, it's fine. Yeah,
Only
it's
cool
it's
kids.
no
Was
big
I
deal.
there?
I only cried myself to sleep.
You
a
were
couple
here. You just
nights.
had a good time.
Is there any photo evidence of Bethany being here?
If you want to know what Tangerine Dream sounds like, rent the movie Thief.
Oh my God, I just got that on vinyl. One of the best movie soundtracks ever.
Yeah,
It's so
totally.
good. Yeah. But,
Now I'm so curious.
Yeah.
I
have
thought
no
you were
idea
shaking
either.
your head telling me to shut up. You're like, no, this is off topic.
No, I would never do that. I'm just not.
I was
familiar,
like,
and now I
Matt's
wanna-
mad at us. We have to talk
Also,
about
have
beer
you not
now.
heard this podcast?
I'm only here for every other recording.
I didn't mention, but Doug is also on mic. How's
Yes,
it going,
I'm
Doug?
here. I'm actually here.
Hi, Doug.
I swear to God. You seemed like you were doing stuff, and
I
I was
know,
like,
I'm here. No, I'm here.
Doug,
Proof of life.
what are you drinking, Doug?
What am I drinking, Phaedra?
You're drinking Pilsner.
I'm drinking a Pilsner.
Bellbreaker?
Bellbreaker.
Yeah.
It
Matt?
is just right.
yeah. Nice. I almost grabbed that. I grabbed the Fracture olfactory hallucination. Is that right? Yeah, it's fucking awesome. Very like classic kind of West Coast. RJ got my like mouth watering with what he was drinking, and it's like this really classic pale ale, and I was like, oh, this is perfect. But yeah, like bitter, like a little bit dank.
Yeah, there's a lot of crisp ones on the lineup right
Seriously.
now. So RJ, you've got the.
Oh, this is
Double
this is the Firestone Walker XPA. It is one of their newest beers, I believe.
Yep.
But it tastes like it's always been around. It's just classic, clean, like West Coast hop profile. It's very pale. It could be mistaken for a Pilsner, but just I'm enamored with beers of this style. It's such a just beautifully balanced beer.
I agree.
RJ, what am I drinking?
You are drinking. Hopefully, you didn't fill the mug up all the way, but you were drinking Hop Bullet Magnum Edition, which is the current Sierra Nevada seasonal, which is a 9.5% IPA. It is a rework of when we brewed Hot Bullet in the past, because it was a year-round beer for a period of time. I think up until 2018. It was before my tenure there. But I think what the brewers did is like they had Magnum hops, which is traditionally used as an early addition bittering hop. It's a high alpha acid used for like just sort of an assertive bitterness. But they love the crop so much, they were like, what if we used it as a finishing hop? And so that was the result. So yeah, if you guys are curious, get it now, because what's on the shelf is what's left for this season.
This is on tap.
And on tap, excuse me, yeah.
At Peaks and Pints.
At Peaks and Pints. Yes.
Bethany, what are you drinking?
I also have the Firestone Walker XPA.
Oh, really?
It's really good.
It's
Great.
It's fantastic.
I agree with everything RJ said. Like, it's my kind of beer right now. I love that. Like pale ale, almost pilsnery crossover of beers.
Dude, on site, it looks like a crispy, clean lager.
That's
It's
what it
gorgeous.
tastes like.
It definitely is a crispy boy.
Yeah.
Cool. What's the dark thing in your glass there, Ron?
It's Fort George, full pastry send. It was on tap during the Festival of the Dark Arts this year, and it's amazing.
Hey, speaking of that,
Hey.
Want to talk about it?
yeah, let's talk
Good
about
segue.
it. So yeah, for anybody who doesn't know, about a month ago,
about a month.
festival,
a month and a half.
Yeah. Festival of Dark Arts happened, which is widely considered to be one of the best kind of like beer events that happens in the country. Sells out immediately. Industry nerds from all over the
Less
world.
than 5
come.
minutes.
Yeah, insane. And then, people are scalping tickets on the secondary left and right. And it's crazy because beer fests on the whole are like having all kinds of issues and people are talking about how they're dying. And then you have like Fort George over here just pumping out one of the most insane festivals that people cannot get tickets for fast enough. They book a year out for their hotel stays, and it is featuring all gigantic barrel-aged imperial stouts, and people just go and crush them all weekend.
Yeah, like 84 of them.
Which is insane. And I have actually never been. But you guys both went.
Yep. Yeah, we were both there. Not at the same time, unfortunately. Yeah. But yeah,
I did the senior tour.
The early bird special.
Yeah, you did the early bird special. Yeah. I mean, I admire your dedication. I had to stay the night in Astoria, so
I never saw Red Fang. So.
Yeah, you know, it's a fun fest. I'll talk about my experience there, but do we want to give people sort of like an overall, like what it looks like from the top down?
Sure. Or do you want to actually talk about the history of it?
I don't know. Like, you probably know more about the history than I do.
Well, Jack Harris, the co-owner of Fort George, he was at McMiniman's for quite a while, and he started Stout Month there, and then. When he moved over to the head brewer at Bill's Tavern in Cannon Beach, he and one of the local arts, I think it was Astoria Visual Arts Organization, they wanted to do a fundraiser, and so he had this idea, well, let's add stouts to all your visual arts and your performing arts you want to do at this festival. And so in 2002, they blocked off the street in Astoria and actually had this festival, the Dark Arts. And it was mostly, they brought in some fire dancers, which stayed the weekend with Jack, apparently. But they closed off the street, and they brought in a bunch of artists, and Jack went underground and got about 20 stouts in the state, and they held it, and it was very popular. And then they did it the next year, and then the year after, it kind of petered out. And so it wasn't until, 2007 is when Fort George opened? Yeah, 2007. And Chris came in, and Chris and Jack decided they wanted to try to revamp that thing. And they talked about it. And then I think 2010 is when they actually did it. And they did it inside the level building. And then it grew.
Just blew up.
It just blew up. It's, combining all the dark arts, which that first one was actually dark arts too. There were people wearing latex and leather. Yeah, it was a true dark arts, that very first one.
I know. We've said that a lot. What should people expect when you say dark arts? What should we
fire dancing, trapeze artists.
Yeah, I saw that.
Ice sculptures.
People.
Yeah. So like
there was for a while glass blowing. That didn't happen this year.
Yeah, I feel like having like molten glass at a beer fest might be a little bit of a liability.
Yeah.
But it is fun to watch. I mean, anybody that's been to the Tacoma Hot Shop knows it's like super entertaining to watch.
And stilt walkers and all kinds of wandering artists. And the cool thing about it is it has grown to beyond the building. It's now out in the streets. It's across the street at the ruins. But one of the cool things about it is you just wander around and then you see something interesting in this corner, and then you go in this room and here's this whole new thing. You go into this room, you have alternative music, and then you go into this next room and it's tattoo artists doing live tattoos on site, and then and then there's artists who make art out of grain waste.
Sick.
Yeah.
There was a whole booth set up of artists who painted with beer, like almost like beer watercolors. And so incredibly talented too. Just some of the detail they were able to get. It's just so cool.
And I'm not sure how many were here this year, but last year there was 3,000 people.
Yeah.
And it can get cramped, and it always rains. But I think that's one of the great things about that festival because nobody cares.
Yeah, that is kind of cool.
They're just hugging each other and they're all in it together. Doesn't matter if they're wet.
It sounds like Strange Brew
Yeah.
in Port Townsend, too. So it's indoors and outdoors?
Correct.
Yeah.
So it's in
They basically
Fort
take
George.
over that. I forget what street it is that's right in front of the tap room, but they take over that whole block in front of the brewery. And then they have their barrel room has taps. What I really appreciate about the way that it's laid out is there's lots of different places to get beer throughout it. So even though there may be long lines at a few of them, you're not waiting too long. And none of the lines intersect. There's very little places where you're trying to get to, but you got to cut through a line or anything. Like they've done it long enough that they know how to lay it out and make it flow right.
Yeah. And the funny thing about it is the 2 beer trucks in the front of the building are the easiest ones to get to.
Yeah.
Because everybody's inside trying to see all the things. But if you want the beer fast,
Yeah.
go right in
Stay
front.
in front, yeah.
Right next to the fire pit.
I would say, I didn't get a count, but I would say that there was probably for maybe a dozen different tap lists dispensing areas where you give them your glass, give them your token. So, there's a little guide. You've got the guidebook in front of you about what beers are where. And so there are people who want to tick boxes and, make sure they get their untapped check-ins and stuff like that. But if you are like me, where you just hate lines, it's really easy to go well, let's go over there. The line's shortest over there.
And just be surprised by whatever's on.
Yeah,
exactly.
because that's also the beautiful part about having a caliber of the brewery, the caliber of Fort George is they get really cool shit.
Yep.
So no matter what line I'm in, I can trust that there's gonna be something for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and they also brew 30 to 40 cool shit.
Yeah, they
beers
do beers
themselves.
exclusive for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they even have a Matryoshka area that was on the deck this year where you can just go and get all the
The different Matryoshka variants. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, the almond one was killer this year.
I didn't get to try any of the Matryoshkas.
They're so good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're listening to this and you're you've dug into people's barrel aged stout variants before and you haven't tried Matryoshka, you're missing out because it's it's kind of low key, one of the top contenders in that kind of category of rotating hype beers. It's very, very good. I can't even think of a bad one that I've ever had. They're all great.
And some are 1 token, some are 4 tokens. Just depends on.
Yeah, the way that they have it run is really is well organized. They give you a little pouch. There's a pouch sitting in front of Ron right now that's got the Festival of the Dark Arts branding on it. So you get some pins, you get your guidebook, you get. I forget what else was in there. Wasn't there something else that's...
little pencil.
There's a little golf pencil that they give you so you to literally check boxes.
Check your boxes.
Stickers, buttons.
Yeah. And so, just having that packet kind of you kind of feel like you have everything you need right there. Unless you're like me or Ron and we're industry folks, then we get special bands and we get access to special areas and stuff like that.
Yeah, the green room was fun this year.
Oh, man. So the green room is kind of on their loading dock where they receive a lot of their brewing material. And they set up a bar, and it's basically industry folks. And so I got a chance to meet up with my friend Matt Rhodes, who's the head R&D brewer there, hung out with him and his wife Paige. Just really awesome, beautiful people. And Matt goes, knowing me, he goes, we just brewed OPA, and they got it up in the green room.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, why are we mingling with the regular people? Can we go to the place where I can get day-old OPA, please?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I grabbed a little taster of it also.
Oh, my God, it's so good.
I'm glad it was back.
Yeah. And so I may be jumping ahead. So I'm in the green room hanging out with Matt. I ran into a couple other people up there. Which, by the way, because it's such an industry-heavy event, I appreciate that there was very few people who were getting out of control. Fort George made their hop water available at every corner of the brewery, so you could always take breaks and have a tall boy of hop water. So I get up to the green room, I got an OPA in my hand, and I take a selfie, and I send it to Ron, because I hadn't seen Ron yet. And Ron's like, it's good, right? And I was like, where are you? And he goes, I'm home in Tacoma. And I'm like, it's dusk. It's like, what do you mean you're not here anymore? He's like, yeah, I was there and I left.
Like it was a day trip.
Yeah, exactly. Which,
I go to a coffee shop, start downloading photos, think of the intro paragraph, and then take off.
Yeah, like, but the beautiful thing about having a fest like that is, if you've been in the craft beer industry for long enough, you've been to a lot of different fests. You've been ones that are run well, ones that are run not so well. Mm-hmm. And so when you get to, this was my first time at Festival of the Dark Arts. And so when you get to see something like that you're just like, oh, if I was designing a beer fest, this is what I would make it look like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, I probably have just a few more Czech dark lagers and maybe lighter, dark colored beers. But outside of that, I have no complaints other than the fact that my back and my feet are, 41 years old now, and I can't walk around for 8 hours straight.
I know.
Oh, I know.
I'll copy that.
It happens every single day of my life when I say how old I am, and there's invariably another older person. But all you're telling me is that it gets worse.
Oh, yeah. Wait till you start shrinking. Also, the bands. The bands are very unique, very Portland, a lot of alternative, a lot of indie, rather than just cover bands.
Yes, yeah. I mean, there are original bands doing their original songs. Yeah. You mentioned it before, but the last band to play at the Ruins across the street from the tap room was Red Fang, which is like, I mean, if there is an archetype of just a working class, like hard rock and roll band, it's Red Fang. I mean, if you guys, a couple years back, Wayfinder even did a malt liquor called Red Fang.
Nice.
That was their logo. And it's like, I mean, they fit that. Oh yeah, it's rad to see, and everybody was packed in there. I mean, it was so much fun.
Yeah, and there's not a lot of beer festivals where you get to play ice hockey on actual ice.
Yeah.
Fuck?
The ice sculpture made an ice hockey board, not board, but rink.
Yeah.
And so
it was basically like a air hockey
air hockey. That's what I'm saying.
But it was ice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there's paddles. And,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Also, what's the bowling game?
Skee ball.
Skee ball. Out of ice.
I did not see the skee ball ice.
Oh, yeah.
I would have been
awesome.
first in line for ice skee ball. I love skee ball.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sold on the entire thing. So it's March every year.
No, about the middle of February.
Yeah.
Middle of February. Okay.
Yeah.
It's Stout Month at Fort George, all of the months.
Right.
And afterwards, they do this thing called Aftermath, where they start sending some out to the local bottle shops.
Does all the Airbnbs in Astoria fill up?
Oh, they're sold out right now.
Yeah, I will tell you.
For next year?
Yes.
Yes.
Damn.
I will tell you that, I was talking to one of my customers who goes every year, and they say that, when they get into town, prior to actually going to the fest, they will call around to hotels and book for next year.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, shoot.
I know,
Anyone
right?
want to join me in 2026? I'll be there.
I'll go.
Yeah, let me tell you this: as a basically single guy, I piggybacked onto our friend Abe from Ilk and her brother. They were able to get some hotel rooms because Ilk had beer there, and she goes, "Well, I think there's a pullout," and just the suggestion of maybe having a pullout, I was like, cool, I'll go. Yep, I'll drive myself. Don't worry about it. I brought a little, memory foam mattress, so if I needed to sleep on the floor, I would.
Totally.
Yeah.
But that's dedication, because everything else was pretty much free. So,
Which is wonderful.
You know what? I know that this may surprise you guys, but sometimes there's perks to being in the beer industry. One or two.
And there's also a good reason why they did the Pizza Pals beer, because they make incredible pizza.
Are they serving it there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's incredible. It's so delicious.
Well, they also fired up the smoker. And so Matt Rhodes was like, they should run the smoker more often, because they're just their like barbecue was amazing. It was really good.
All the food at Fort George in general.
This whole thing is like Nirvana. I mean, you spent 20 minutes describing this incredible thing.
That's why people go every year.
Yeah.
It's like crazy.
It sells out in 5 minutes, but the Oregon Beer Festival and the Holiday Arts Festival, they're struggling.
Right.
Yeah, this is something that Matt and I were talking about prior to recording, is just sort of the state of beer fests, and especially in like the post-pandemic time, what can organizers do to entice people to, make all of the arrangements that are required to go to a beer fest if it's not in your backyard? Even as far as Seattle, it's like, we're still going to an event where we're going to be drinking. There needs to be like, plans in place,
right?
So everybody can be safe, and so I don't have an answer. I don't have an answer. Stop looking at me. I don't know how to make a successful beer fest. That's why I haven't done it.
That's why we invited you.
Oh no! Oh man, we should have talked about this
Stop
beforehand.
looking at me.
RJ's lying. He has all the answers.
I wish.
And we're going to take a break, and he's going to tell us all about them when we come back. Nice! But we're going to also crack a barley wine and be right back, so hang out. Welcome back, everybody. Thanks for hanging out during the break. As always, a shout out to Doug, our wonderful producer.
Hey, Doug!
I appreciate it.
We appreciate you.
Enthusiasm.
Yes. Appreciate
Sips
it.
barley
No,
wine.
I'm just keeping it together. I do.
And shout out to Channel 253. Happy to be a part of that fantastic group of people.
Yeah, for sure.
And please go support them if you have not yet, because it's awesome. Helps us, and it helps you, I promise.
Boing, 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 boing.
What is that
That's
sound?
Doug. That's Doug's
the
first
hop-
sip
those are
of
the
the barley
hoppy-
wine.
The hops.
Oh, those are the hops doing the hopping?
It's the rabbit-like hopping.
Yeah, what are we drinking right now?
Oh, okay. So we are drinking the...
That's good.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
You can defer to Ron if you need to.
There's like my inner smartass just wants to go, yeah, it basically set the style for American barley wines. So of course it's good.
Yeah.
Duh.
Boing, boing, good, though.
Yeah, it's boing. So this is the 2024 release of Sierra Nevada Bigfoot barley wine, usually brewed around September of the previous year. So this batch was actually brewed probably mid to late September of 2023, but it is hopped like an American beer.
Yeah.
So when you get fresh Bigfoot, you are drinking something that's got like a ton of whole cone hops, high IBU, excuse me.
Yep.
Which makes it also a beautiful beer to age.
It's so good that I'm not allowed to express how good it is. That's how good it is.
You know what? Your
What do you mean?
speechlessness speaks volumes. Yeah, exactly.
It's even fresh. It's delicious.
I mean, yeah, it's fun to do verticals. If anybody listening wants to kind of like do a little beer bottle share get together thing, start squirreling away some Bigfoot now, because being able to taste this 4 years, 5 years. The oldest Bigfoot I've had was 11 years old, maybe 12 years old.
Oh, I've got a 6-pack for you then. I have some 2007.
Oh, beautiful. Hell yeah. Well,
When's the party?
Yeah, exactly, right?
I'll bring it next time.
Well, hold on. Let me pull up my calendar.
Invite Jeff
do
Lee,
something.
too.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking will.
And Sean Jackson.
Jeff, you
is
bring the
invited.
cheese.
But yeah, it's for anybody who is just dabbling in like craft beer. Like Bigfoot is one of those that should be in everybody's cellar.
Yeah,
and just
totally.
even if you buy 1 6-pack, try 1 beer a year.
Yeah.
And just be able to taste how it develops. It's really cool.
It's fun.
That's a
like
fun
it's just
idea.
fun to do.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. You guys want to know what else is fun?
what else is fun?
What we just had a holiday.
St. Patty's.
No.
Fool.
April Fool's Day. I guess I don't know how much of a holiday it is.
I guess not.
No, it's not a bank holiday. Nobody got the day off for April Fool's Day.
Nope. April
But
Fools.
yeah,
Unless the joke went bad.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. You get the day off, and also don't come back tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it's been kind of a tradition in the beer industry for April Fool's Day, you know, especially with like the prevalence of social media for breweries to come up with, you know, fun things to post, kind of just trick people. So I was talking to Matt about this the other day. So I
One of
screened,
the highlights.
well, yeah, some of the highlights that I've seen.
Totally.
Do you have something that stood out to you?
The one that hit, so like, I don't know, I'm like a huge fucking party pooper about April Fool's Day. Because like I inevitably get texts every year from people who just forget what day it is, and they're like, how come this brewery would do something like this?
Oh.
And it's something that's like clearly a fucking joke.
They're looking for justification.
And they're like texting
They're
me
text
like,
Matt knows shit about
you
beer.
must know why a brewery would choose to make like a mustard beer or whatever the fuck it is.
I guess
And I'm
that's
just
less
like,
fun.
what day is it?
Yeah,
man? Like I'm
look
just
at the
such
calendar.
I'm such a bitch about it. I shouldn't be. But it's like,
Well, you
it's
know,
the
if-
least fun I think I
Yeah,
am.
if anybody knows Matt, they know that he hates fun. The laughter of children is like fingernails on a chalkboard to him. But
Can you set up an
okay,
auto
I
response on your phone?
Yeah.
Be like, it's April Fool's.
I know, what
Everybody
day is
calm
it?
down.
yeah,
Period after what? Day, period.
Yeah, exactly. But
the clapping hands emoji.
Somebody sent me a post from fucking what is it, Woven something Brewing, but it was like Cuban sandwich smoothie sour or something like that,
And
it was
somebody
like,
thought it was real.
yeah, so like a friend
mean,
sent
well,
it to me.
to be
I don't
fair-
100% know if he thought it was real, but he asked me about it, like why the fuck would a brewery do this?
Yeah.
It's
And it,
not
like,
that far off.
Cuban sandwich. It really is.
You know what, Doug?
I have had beers with mustard
Come
in
on
it.
now,
You know
really.
what? Enough of this.
He's mad, Doug. Don't mess with Matt.
Yeah.
I know this is anti-fun, Matt.
It's almost May Day. Give it up.
There is a something that came up on my Instagram feed from the Cicerone
That was
program,
probably
which
my
was
favorite
which
one.
is pretty funny. They have been doing beer style quizzes. So
For
it's basically
years.
they've been utilizing the sort of like different frames or multi-posts that you can do. And so they'll usually show a picture of the beer, they'll give a description, they'll give you the specs, IBU, SRM, ABV. But this one they posted, it's just a clear glass and it says beer style quiz. I saw it and I was like, it's hop water.
Oh,
Right?
I thought it was
But then-
seltzer.
You thought it was seltzer.
Yep.
So it says, I won't read the whole thing. You guys can go to Cicerone's Instagram page. But they gave like the bitterness 40 to 70 IBUs. ABV is 5.5 to 7.5. And I was like, this is not hop water. And also, what? Just regular seltzer has that high of IBUs.
These are IPA.
Yeah, so they said it
parameters
was
so far.
specialty IPA, and then the specialty IPA was the Zima Clear IPA. And I will be honest, it wasn't until I reached the end of the slideshow that I go, oh yeah, it's April Fool's. Okay, yeah. I was sure. I was like, it's hop water, and I was like, as I was scrolling, I was like, nah, maybe not. But yeah, I thought that was pretty
That's
good.
a good one.
There was also a couple different breweries that posted that they have cracked the code and have created a negative ABV beer. So so Mikkeller did one and Stone did one. Stone was
Wasn't that asparagus this year?
I wouldn't put it past Stone to do multiple jokes. But like,
I'm like,
Asparagus IPA from Stone.
yeah.
God damn it.
They did one of my favorite ones.
Do you mean every IPA by Stone?
It's all in the P.
Yeah.
Drink 44124.
Yeah.
But they did also do one of my favorite ones where they had a video where they said they figured out how to carbonate beer with helium. And so they got their head brewer to drink like the heliogenated beer.
Oh, nice.
And then he was describing it while his voice got higher and higher. And I was like, that's pretty funny. That's pretty good.
So it hasn't happened in a while, but there is a video that goes viral pretty much once or twice a year. And it's, I want to say it's two German dudes, but they're drinking helium beer for the first time.
Yeah.
And, dude, for the longest time, I would get text from people like, oh my God, do you have, because I was still at Bevmo when it was first happening, do you guys carry that helium beer? And like having to basically have an auto response of like why that doesn't exist and why you're silly for thinking it does is like wild.
This is why I love Matt, is because instead of going, did you look at the calendar? He goes, let me tell you why that isn't possible. How much time do you have?
I'm going to make you regret asking me this.
Scientifically, I'm going to tell you why it's impossible to do this.
Number one, you're swallowing it, not inhaling it.
Matt's like,
but
name the other noble
when you get
gases.
a second, please go inhale some beer. And leave me alone.
Did you get any texts, Ron, of people going like, oh, do you have this?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
You think people have gotten a little bit more savvy?
There were so many of them. You've got to figure it out.
Did you have any highlights?
So Shipyard did a clam chowder IPA. And Genesee.
Phaedrus is great.
Which one's that?
It's butter popcorn flavored Olympia vodka.
Olympia artisan vodka, butter popcorn flavor.
Oh man.
Diacetyl bomb.
Yeah, right.
Dick's changed their name to Richards.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Yeah. I'll let them
Something called TBC Brewing in Pennsylvania brewed a unicorn peach cotton candy flavored glitter beer.
Well,
that doesn't sound like a joke at all.
Well, no, and then Genesee Brewery in New York announced their Kolsch cucumber, and everybody got excited about it.
Oh, they did something that was too reasonable.
Too real. And so now they're demanding it.
Well,
funny.
There has been times where somebody will say a thing as a joke and they'll go, no, I will give you money for that. And you're like, shit, now we have to figure out how to make it.
Sriracha beer.
One of my favorites.
Sorry, Rich.
One of my favorites from this was pre-pandemic, a long time ago. But Mikkeller claimed to have captured air from the Seine Valley in Belgium and then shipping it to homebrewers who can make their own lambics. Which it requires a whole new level of beer nerdery even to get why that's a thing.
Seriously?
But the best part is reading the comments of everybody going, that's not going to be a real lambic and you need a cool shipping.
Were there cobwebs in it too?
Oh God, I wish. No, it was empty jars of air.
A fart in a jar.
But this was kind of like the state of Mikkeller's reputation at the time. Mm-hmm. There were so many people going, oh, of course Mikkeller would try and sell people air. Just like, okay.
That's like a bummer flip flop on what's supposed to be a lighthearted joke.
Exactly, right?
You guys would fucking do this.
His brother probably started it.
We need to do an April Fool episode every year.
We might need to.
This is gold.
Well, that's good.
Collected more.
We need to tell the brewery marketing departments to don't cut their budget so they can continue to do like this.
Yeah, Fort George, their PR, they send out press releases every year.
For April Fool's beers.
Yeah, so 2018 was the Goonies 2 Intolerant Sloth. They were going to be the host venue for that film. 2022, they introduced Vape-Tex, the first vapeable West Coast IPA. And these were sent out to all the media.
Oh, that's so
that
good.
one's almost realistic,
Yeah,
too.
and then last year was their Netflix series produced by documentary filmmakers who had been living in the storage room above the brewery. And of course, this year was the Sphere in Vegas.
The Sphere in Vegas. Well, they posted something else, a real thing on April 1st, which was their Vortex month. And so they're doing different variants of Vortex.
Yeah.
And they all sound awesome. And I was so bummed. I was like, man, they should do this for real. And then I was like, oh wait, good. There's another April Fool's one. The other one was real.
This is a real thing.
Postcard from Astoria, so you go to the Sphere and learn about the history of Astoria.
That's right. Yeah, in the Sphere.
That's awesome.
In between showings of the Grateful Dead.
Right.
Oh shit. Yeah.
360 degrees from the Astor column.
Yeah.
Unlike our friend Matt, I enjoy fun, and I hope that breweries continue to do things like this.
Go for it. It's a hoot and a half, I swear. I mean that.
Oh shit. Yeah.
That's our next T-shirt.
Oh.
Somebody passed the barley wine.
You
finished yours already.
Yeah.
Okay, now I have the hot bullet. Can you tell me about it again, RJ?
Yes.
It was Magnum in the finishing edition?
Well, it's Magnum as a bittering hop, but I believe it's also Magnum as a finishing hop.
It's not like single hopped.
No, it is not a single hop,
single,
but Magnum
but-
is a large component of it,
Yeah.
which is why the name, like the Magnum Edition hop bullet, was released.
It's really
And
good.
of course, all of the immature people giggled a little bit.
I did.
I,
First.
I, for one, have a much more elevated sense of humor. So
I thought you were going to go, I, for one, have never heard of Magnums. That's where I thought that was going.
Never had to bring
I am usually more
I, for
self-effacing
one,
when I
don't
don't
understand
have a
why it's
microphone in
funny.
front of me.
so good.
Oh, shit.
Have some more barley wine.
April
Yeah.
Fools.
Oh my gosh.
There was way more. I saw a bunch, and I wish I could remember all of them. It's always like silly beer ingredients and stuff. But I actually really like Fort George's. Like they stretch theirs out in a
for
way that I
sure.
really like. Leave it to them. Best beer festival, best April Fool's jokes.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's true.
We were talking a little bit about actually before. I don't know how much time. A few minutes. We were talking a little bit about like the weird state of beer festivals.
Yeah.
And like how there's kind of only a few that are like really killing it, and a bunch of other ones are like kind of falling to the wayside. And it sounds like nationally it's like one of the fastest declining like categories of like festival and event. But of course there are like these interesting kind of like case studies of ones that like how, this one is selling out in less than an hour.
Right.
These ones are all dying. And so I think about this a lot because I work with a lot of breweries who all participate in these things, and like understanding where the value comes from for them and understanding where the value lies for like consumers is kind of, I think, where the disconnect comes from with a lot of organizers. But like leave it to Fort George, obviously this very popular big brewery, to understand like not only how beer should be featured, but what breweries to invite, and then like how to get those people out there.
Yeah.
I don't know, like what do you guys think are like the highlights in terms of like, what they're doing differently versus what a lot of other organizers are doing?
Probably the arts and entertainment aspect.
I was just
of
going
it.
to say
That's a
that.
huge
Yeah,
one.
it's not
I
just
think
the
that's a
beer.
huge
It's
one.
what's there besides the beer.
Bingo.
Everything. You don't have to go drink beer there. And then not have,
And just still have an
a
awesome
good
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that to me is like that's like a huge point, and it actually is like a funny parallel to like the industry as a whole. I was actually talking to Brian Strumke about this recently, and he of course came up with the most fucking succinct way to describe it. But he goes, because we were basically talking about how beer as a culture in and of itself is kind of declining, but it doesn't mean the beer is declining. It just means that the culture of just beer is declining. And he's like, well, yeah, beer should really just be accompaniment to culture. And I was like, Jesus, that's a
that's
fucking
it.
bar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's 100% it. And like, the more I thought about it, the more I was like, everything, I mean, Festival of the Dark Arts is such a prime example of why that makes sense, because like you can go for the beer, but you're really you don't have to do the beer and you still get value from this thing. Yeah. But the fact that they do focus on beer and they bring really good ones there means that like you're not only bringing a non-beer crowd into something, but you're also bringing the beer crowd into something. And the non-beer people are getting to like experience the best version of the industry when they do that. And not every beer fest does that. And it made so much sense. And it reminded me of FOTA immediately.
Yeah, we're in a different place. Outside of the pandemic and everything else, when I got into beer, it was 2010, 2011, and everybody wanted to find everything that was out there. And so beer fests were a perfect place for breweries, producers to meet the customers. But now we're in a place where everything is so widely distributed, we can just go to our local bottle shop and find everything that we want, that draw is no longer a thing for the people that attend. And therefore, the people that actually man the booths, the people from the brewery, you know, I've done plenty of fests myself. It's no longer about telling people the story of your brewery and telling people why this beer should be special. It's just people will go because they want to get smashed, and we've all encountered people like that before. Sure. And the people who want to just try everything. You know, that it is no longer a way to get the word out about your brewery, which means less breweries are participating. They don't see the return on investment in staffing the booth and paying any booth fees or donating any beer. So they're saying like, well, we're not going to participate this year, which means there's less breweries participating, which means that there's less people wanting to attend because there's not as much unique things there anymore. So at the base level, outside of the events and everything else, the just the beer aspect of it has kind of lost some of its specialness, speciality. But there are still beer fests that find their niche, and I think the ones that will succeed are the ones that find the unique aspect of it. There's Strange Brew Fest.
Yeah,
in
Bethany
Port
brought up
Townsend.
Strange Brew. Which
Yeah,
is a
Strange
good
Brew is a
example.
perfect example. For people who don't know Strange Brew, most of the breweries will brew something specifically for the fest, and it's usually really weird.
Yep.
Back in the day, prior to marijuana legalization, we all know a brewery who could be relied on for providing the green beer to Strange Brew. I've never been myself, but I've heard of like the miso beers and like, you know,
the Rainy Days Thai beer.
Yes,
Urban Family did a gooey duck stout.
Yeah.
In my opinion, one of the best stouts I've ever fucking had to this day. So
Yeah,
Sure, I
there's-
had noodles in one of my beers somewhere.
And so being able to find a niche to get people in, but then providing something outside of just all the weird beers, because every person that wants to attend a beer fest where there's weird beers, they're going to bring their partner or their friend who couldn't care less. Right. And I think for organizers these days, you need to figure out what those other people want.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
RJ, have you ever been to the Firestone Walker Invitational?
No, I haven't.
That one sells out in 10 seconds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going this year.
I definitely
Are you
need
going
to
this
go.
year?
I'm going this year.
What?
I have like 5 breweries on the list.
Oh my God. Can I like just pack myself in your suitcase?
Yeah.
I'm somebody's date, so otherwise I would bend the
So
rules for all
as
of
somebody's
you.
date, you can't also bring a date?
That's going to be a podcast because that's
Yeah,
the one for
that's
me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that definitely is on my bucket list. I mean, I was already saying how much I love Firestone Walker just in general as a brewery, but yeah, they're definitely one of the few beer fests that are something that I would need to absolutely do. Another one, I know we might run long, but Hellshire Day. At Oakshire.
Yeah.
Because so many other brewers have kind of worked with Oakshire for a certain period of time and went off to do their own thing. It's almost like an incubator. I don't know. I don't know when it is.
It would be February, right?
February.
Yeah, because that's when Hellshire Days is.
I've been, could not tell you when it was. It was
That
sunny.
means it
Does
was
that help?
fucking
was
awesome.
funny.
Yeah, no, but it was the other aspect of it, other than what Oakshire had, is there was a whole invitational, and so Oakshire kind of curated a list of like people that they've worked with in the past, or brewers who have worked for Oakshire and went off to do their own thing. That was cool because there was a lot there that you couldn't get anywhere else.
Wow.
Stuff was trucked down specifically for.
So this is actually
event.
that's a funny dynamic to talk about, the invitational sort of version of the beer fest, because that does exist still. And that's a good example of like how beer as a culture in and of itself can still be successful at a beer fest. But what it does is actually draws kind of this line between industry people like organizing beer fest and like non-industry people organizing a beer fest, because like, you know, you can pick out any random little beer festival and it's like, you know, they took the first 20 breweries locally that signed up and were willing to like donate kegs. And it's like, okay, cool. All of these breweries are within 10 minutes of where you're hosting this thing and you can go get this beer anytime. And it's organizers not understanding that like different beer will bring out different people and people will travel for certain beers and you have to understand like what those breweries are and like that consumer base. And so when you're talking about like invitationals and this sells out in just a few minutes and it's like a bucket list beer fest because I know that there's going to be stuff there that I can't get anywhere else. That's like an interesting sort of separate dynamic.
Yeah.
Because you have the culture on one side, but then you also have this like industry people versus non-industry people understanding where value lies for consumers in the beer side.
Yeah.
The other thing interesting about Oakshire is they also follow the same path as Fort George with their marketing well. They do an after festival and they take it on the road. So Oakshire will go to several bottle shops in Oregon and Washington and put it all on and help promote it for next year.
That's so freaking smart.
Yeah, that is really smart. And if it's kind of like built-in attendance, then you know that the brewers will be more likely to break out rare stuff, maybe brew a special batch just for the fest. And that just gets more and more people. Like, you know, it's a cumulative effect.
Sorry.
Doug's making sign language.
Matt is absolutely.
Doug just like tapped my shoulder and then flipped me off like really close to my face. And what he was trying to say is it's time for fuck up stories. But in my head, he was just gently tapping me on the shoulder to do something mean to me. Here's the hug. Here's the hug. I didn't even need a hug. It was just funny. Now it's like
I do think that is really funny where he's just like, hey, Matt. Psst, psst, hey, Matt, fuck you.
Just the comedic timing of like really gently getting my attention and then flipping me off really close to my face.
It's been a year and a half, Matt.
And that's
I know. I'm so fucking sick of this.
And that's the fuck up story.
It was like so nice and then so mean immediately. And
You turned
so
away
funny.
too quick because there was a fuck and an up. All you got was the fuck.
That's all I ever get, Doug. Anyway.
Well, to wrap up what's working well with beer festivals, I think that the extra piece besides all the beer is helping bring in maybe the younger generations too. That is what we need right now in craft beer, right? Is something other than just like, oh, here's all the local breweries right here that I know about, and we're just gonna go and drink beer. It's like, no, what else is there?
And not a Chicago cover band.
It's a sales job. It's entertainment.
Yeah.
You have to sell the experience.
I've had just about enough of your Chicago bashing.
Old Days is one of my favorite songs.
RJ, I wanted to talk about music.
Ron's acknowledging that he's not the person they're trying to attract.
I wanted to talk about music on your first podcast. You were talking about how like the weird playlists you would play at Pint Defiance.
Yeah.
I know
you
we're out
want
of
to do a
time.
music podcast
Well,
with me?
I guess round 3 here for you because I wanted to like hear what weird songs were coming on that your people were like, that's weird, I don't like it.
There was we can talk about this later. I know we got
Do you
to
know
talk
Alan
about
Parsons
fuck up
Project?
stories. I do know Alan Parsons Project. But one of the categories,
hates
because I'm on this music competition app, one of the categories that we all submitted was beer drinking songs. I learned that not only did the Minutemen do the theme to King of the Hill.
Didn't know that.
They didn't do it to King of the Hill uses a Minutemen song as the theme. The theme is also the song is also called Corona after the beer.
That's awesome.
And I was like, shit, you learn something new every day.
Man selling ice cream.
I'm going to start crying. Stop it.
We don't have the money for this.
That's true.
We sure fucking don't.
Yeah, we do not have any rights.
Yeah, you have to clear that through the copyright. BMI.
Yeah, 30-second fuck up story.
All right, illustrious grit and grain guests. Now it's time to throw down on some fuck-up stories. I am Sean Jackson. Challenge flag has been set. Bar is high. Bring it on, fuckers.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. I'll do it really quick. So I used to work for a wholesaler. I worked with bars and restaurants as an on-prem salesperson. I had to meet with the owner of a music venue in West Seattle to get a Rainier keg to him because he, quote unquote, forgot to order a Rainier keg. And as a salesman, it's not my job to say no. It's my job to get a Rainier keg to him. So I had to meet him at the venue. And he was like, all right, I'm here to write you a check. Put the keg in the cooler. We need to get out of here because I have to be somewhere. I was like, all right, cool. This club is so freaking old. There is like maybe 1.5 inches on each side of the hallway to get to the cooler. There's a hand wash sink that just has a downspout that goes directly into like the sewer. I mean, this is West Seattle. It's old. So I'm wheeling the keg. Awesome. The hand truck wheel gets stuck in the hole of the grate. The keg tips off, hits the gray water pipe that's running up the wall. Mind you, he's going to write me a check and get out of there. It sprays gray water all over the back bar, the ceiling, all over the door of the cooler. We don't even know how to turn it off. We had to wait for the pressure to equalize so we could start mopping it up. So instead of him doing whatever he needed to do, we started mopping up the mess. Like, I'm doing him a favor, and I expected, like, oh, yeah, this will be a chit that I can cash in later. Yep. But me spraying gray water all over his fucking bar. I was like, well, I guess we're even now.
Yeah.
Call in something later.
Got no favor.
Oh, my God, it was so bad.
Call me next Saturday when you need a keg delivery.
Yeah, exactly, right? Yeah, it was not fun at all.
Weak,
yeah. I told my driver, who normally delivers to there, that what I did, and I called him up and I go, dude, you'll never guess what happened at the bar, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm forgetting the name, so there we go. Perfect. And he goes, did you run the hand trick into the like drainage? And I was like, you already know what happened, don't you? And he's like, I think I did it at my first day on the job.
Nice.
Then it's the bar owner's fault for not putting a safety bar around that.
Yeah.
Lesson learned.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you dig it? Yes, I can.
All right, Grit and Grainers, email us at cheers@gritandgrainpodcast.com with your comments, opinions, and other dark ways to spend a spring day other than discussing dark arts and dark April Fool's jokes. We read and drink everything we receive, and we try to respond as fast as we can. If not online, then on air. You can subscribe to Grit and Grain on Amazon, Apple Music, Spotify, Google Play, iHeartRadio, and please leave us a review. Also, check us out on Channel 253 and gritandgrainpodcast.com.
Yes, you can.
Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram for episode notes, beer news, and a complete history of April Fool's Day pranks throughout history, such as April 1st, 1424, when a woman in Scotland served her two-timing husband haggis. Or in 1691, when a magician in Salem, Massachusetts, performed a card trick while wearing a pointy hat. Or in 1805, when Sacagawea tires of Lewis and Clark's punking her with cougar noise and rips up her directions to the Northwest Passage. Or 1871, the handlebar mustache. Or 1893, when Jack the beer drinking bear decided to sneak out of his pen and hide the Tacoma police officer's donuts. Or 1957 pantyhose, or 1990 fanny packs, or 2012 selfie sticks. If this podcast is not what you expected, please alter expectations. Oh, I forgot one. On April 1st, 1983, Hooters is incorporated, and that actually happened. No such thing as a bad time to visit Tacoma. No such thing as too much barley wine. Tune in next Friday for more sweet chatter. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, RJ.
Thanks again for tuning in. Don't forget to follow us at Grit and Grain Podcast wherever you get your social media and catch new episodes every Friday. Cheers.
Good up.
Channel 253 is member supported. I'm producer Doug Mackey, and I hope you will show your support by going to channel253.com/membership and join. Thank you. Grit and Grain is part of the Channel 253 podcast network. Check out our other shows: Nerd Farmer, Interchangeable White Ladies, Move to Tacoma, Crossing Division, Citizen Tacoma, What Say You, We Are Tacoma, Flounders B Team, and Taco Man.
This is Channel 253.